Hello everybody and welcome back to Going for Elden and Elden Ring. This is your host, Bear Arms and Fire. Look. Hello. Um, and we are continuing our little journey here through Elden Ring to get the last 3 achievements I need, and we are getting closer every episode. Oh, I forgot about that guy. And it has been just a couple hours for me. For you, it might have been a little bit longer. Oh! These guys want me dead. But not enough to come up the stairs, it seems. Except for now. Hello. It's the wrong move. Oh, jeez, that was a lot of souls. So, the unique thing about the Divine Tower of Caelid is that there is more to it than going up. There's also a down, which is a bit of a jump puzzle, and normally I skip this. Normally I don't do this jump puzzle, but we're going to be doing a jump puzzle later on in this playthrough, a very tough one. So I figure, why not get the practice here on one that's not so tough? This pillar's gonna break. It's a really cool gotcha moment. But yes, so I forget where to go from here. Jump puzzles are a unique little bit of I don't know, gameplay. I just want to go a little bit. There we go. In the Souls games, in that they kind of suck and I hate them, because it's just so easy to die. You know, if it's especially if it's not clear where to go. Do I really need to go into that little lantern right there? Is that the play? It kind of seems that way, is the thing. So then it's the question is it a roll? Is it a step off? How do I get to that little lantern? And then when I get to the little lantern, where am I going next? I don't think that's the way to go. Is that the way to go? That little beam there? That seems like it's too far down. Yeah, I don't like jump puzzles, and so, yeah, that lantern's not the play. That's a misdirect. What is this? No, I didn't read it when it said. I don't think that's the play. I think the play is this little pillar over here, and we take what fall damage we may. I just don't know how to guarantee that we land there. I have done this jump puzzle once before, and I don't remember because I did not do it on my second playthrough. I did it on my first playthrough, the playthrough where I did basically everything. We could... No, this angle is too... because the pillar is like an octagon, it makes it a little weird, because like normally I would love to like jump against the wall, like hug the wall on the way down to like sort of guarantee that we hit that, but it's slanted, so there's no guarantee. I think I'm gonna aim based on that little seam right there. See that seam that's going down? I'm gonna jump there and see if that works. It did? It didn't. It did? Oh my god. Okay. We will take it. We now want to get into that cage, because I believe that cage is sort of like a shortcut down, but there is a man's there. But I'm kind of going to ignore him and just send the elevator up. Alright. This cage is really great, because I believe... I want to get this right. I believe there's a way to a shortcut somewhere. It might be up the ladder. So we're going to try up the ladder. I'm not going to do the what a thrill rope. Alright, cool, yeah. This is the shortcut, cool. So we'll unlock this door, and now we'll have a straight shot to this ladder on subsequent runs where I inevitably die. And there's also some things we can explore. We're probably going to run into an enemy. What is that? That guy's yellow eyes. That's a lot of damage. That is not a lot of damage. This guy has a ton of health. Luckily he bleeds, so we can kind of space him out. Hit him with the weapon art. Okay. Dude also gave me a ton of runes. I don't trust this. It looks like there's nobody here, but I don't trust it. Lag for our trouble. Looks like this is not the way to go, so we won't be having to fight that guy all too often, which is good, because he sucked. Looks like the jump puzzle continues down. So I think what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to go level up, bank these souls. And then we'll continue our exploration. If you hear any metal clinks and ice, that is the sound of my liquid IV as I recover from my libations of the previous night. I didn't get too wild, but it's always nice to be hydrated. And so the reason I'm doing this level up is I'm a very cautious sort of player, and I just like, I like leveling up and potentially not losing souls rather than basically throwing them away. That's just the kind of player I am. And this time we realize there is a guy here, so we can get a jump on him. We got the jump on him. See, it's very good. The jump we got on him was just fantastic. That was a good jump we got. Yeah. Man, this game loads so quickly, it's amazing. So I think what we're going to try to do, we're just going to see what happens if I try to run past them. Okay, so that's what happens if you run past them. I did, before I went down, I saw a couple of messages against a wall. I'm sorry, against a wall. And I think I remembered something. I think there are some false walls in this place. So, apologies for the thrilling ladder climbing gameplay, but I think this is a false wall. Oh. It's not a false wall? Ah. I have been had. Very good, sir. Very good, Jape. So now we can successfully continue the jump puzzle with this shortcut, cutting out the very first bit of it. And we get a free jump on this guy. Which is always nice. Now we continue to find our way down. We need another sort of way to go. I'm sure going straight down that's probably death, right? This seems like it's too far. So I'm thinking it's that small beam, as dumb as that sounds. Let's see what this man did. That man seems to have died. I don't know, leap of faith. Here we go. Terrible. Terrible. Well, there's the side of grace we want to get to. But we did not hit the correct angle on that little thingy. Them's the brakes, you know? But like I said, that's why we got the shortcut. So we can try again. They could hear me coming, I guess, because I was running. We'll see if they do what they did last time. Are they climbing or falling? Jesus. Why does it scare me every time? And his friend is, in fact, climbing. We push the button for the elevator. Get to try again. Sucks to be that guy. I mean, if we do that and bump to the left, I think we're good. So let's try to hug the left a little bit more this time. And see if the results are different, or if this is the definition of insanity. I don't know why that worked, but it did. And now we are safely at the place we so ungraciously died at before. I don't know if that's the intended way to get down here, but it's definitely a way that worked. I believe there's another one of these crazy monks. fact that I can't really easily defeat these guys is going to be sort of symptomatic of what's coming after them. Because there is a God Slayer acolyte boss fight coming up. So let's just see if we can handle it. It's a goodly amount of souls. Yeah, and then there's just the boss fight. I think this guy does come back if I rest, but we are on like the cusp of leveling up because I think because we're so far out of where we're so, I don't know, we're getting a lot of runes per kill here, and so our ability to sort of like plug that into levels is pretty strong. And I'd rather bank them than lose them. I need like 1,000 more. I don't know if I'm gonna get there. That could do it, right? I need 190 more. So in other words, 200 more. And I think these little guys are like 200, huh? Yeah. Alright, cool. I want to bank this. We're going to max out Vigor next, basically. We're going to get Vigor to 40. Yeah, this guy does in fact come back. But we're going to get Vigor to 40 before we do anything else. Having more health is having more defense in this game, and we're going to need it. Crazy lag there. I did not slow that footage down, it just did that. Alright. The dead man. And now we'll go into our first for Godskin flip. Oh no! Yeah, no, okay, yeah, Godskin Apostle fight. The good news is they have pretty low bleed resist, as far as I remember. And the bad news is that is abysmal damage. I didn't roll for some reason. So we get two-shot by this guy. Damage is quite good. We can catch him. He tries to hop out of the way. We do catch him on that sometimes, though. We're gonna need the blue juice soon. He's doing his Super Saiyan technique, where he adds all of the black flame bullshit to his attacks, and he's a stretchy boy. I swear I rolled there. Doing his weird tornado attack. Oh, that's not good. Because we do get two-shot, I am being... I'm gonna die. I am being not conservative, very liberal with the healing. We can get 2 more bleed procs, I think we got this. It's hard to space him out. Oh, okay. Thought I had time to roll. Run, just run, just run. We're out of heals. This is where we do our best work. Just one more bleed proc. God, this is it. Why is it not proccing? Oh my god, we got so close though! Damn. It's a hard fight. It's definitely a hard fight. I think what we will do, to not prolong this, we will skip the boy and go right to the fight. Gets like bleed resist at the end of the fight or something? Because like we're proccing it so easily at the beginning of the fight. I don't understand. Alright. Let's get him to his powering up phase. Might as well do juice. I think he hits me from there. Yeah, I think he definitely gets some resistance to our bleed status in this powered up mode. See if we can even proc bleed, because if we can't proc bleed, we might as well be using the dragon stuff. No, it procs, just it takes longer. Oh. Oh, he missed. Run. Why am I not running? Sometimes I crouch when I mean to run. Way too early there. We need the blue juice. Oh my god, that doesn't do, like, enough damage. Okay. Oh. We need the bleed. The bleed's the only way to win this fight. I got tripped up there. I was trying to dual wield or two-hand my weapon, and for some reason, the input read as swing, and the rest was history. Good dodge, sir. Bad move, sir. Sloppy. he's not rotted. Interesting. Wonder what it would take to rot him. Shut me up. That was close. Ah, I got tripped up in the flames. Okay. I wonder though, what if we rot him at the beginning of the fight when his resistances are less? So I think I'm gonna try to do that on this next attempt. See if it carries over to his powered up state. I don't think I grabbed my runes. What the fuck? It's not supposed to be possible. Oh my god, I just suck at the game. Alright, let's just... Science. This round's for science. Does the rot carry through his transformation? Let's just try to get him to commit to us. I mean, just amateur hour over here. Just amateur hour. Absolute amateur hour. We'll try that again. I got thrown off because the guy hit me through the frickin' door. That's not supposed to be possible. The problem is he doesn't really commit to like big attacks in this form. No, he's got like resistance to rot or something. So I don't think that's a good play right there. This could be a fight we also come back to at a later time, just because, I mean, getting two-shot makes the fight really difficult. Oh, you're going early? It's not good for us. You to not lag a game? Oh. Okay, cool. Alright. I went the wrong direction, probably. Oh my god. Alright, we're back where we love to be. Oh, this might be it. Oh my god, we did it. No cheats. No bullshit strats. Just plain, pure and simple, by the numbers, bleed build. And we get a cool sword for our troubles. And was that 100,000 souls? Just further evidence I should not have been doing that? They kicked me out to here. That's very funny. 100,000 souls. That's quite a bit of good bit of leveling there. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, I think that. Bump that up. And honestly, you know, we need to bump mine up to. We're running out, but our damage is also kind of lacking. There's so many things we could do. We could also do endurance needs to go to 20 eventually. I think I like the arcane play here. And then what the heck? We got some pretty big runes, and they're not going to be too useful later. Let's use our big runes. Oh. For some reason I thought that rune would do more. I'm silly. We're gonna need a lot more FP to do some of our dragon build stuff. Alright, so that was a fun little detour, right? That was a cool little time we had. Everybody involved. There are some more things we need to do in this hollow. One particular thing we have to do is raid this little fort that is full of rats and bats for one half of the medallion that we need to activate the elevator. So let's put on our lantern and make our way through this horrible, horrible place. I know you can just run through this area, but I'm going to be super cautious. And we're going to do this one bat at a time. You're not a bat, you're like a woman. The poison is not too annoying for us, because we have this. There's two of them? That's kind of annoying. What is this? I've never seen that in my life. I had no idea they had a grab that instantly kills you. Okay, so I think we're gonna run through that area and not take it one bat at a time, especially because there's two like older women bat that seem very annoying. So what we're gonna do is the old classic. Turn the lantern on while you're fighting the enemies. Very classic. And then we're gonna do a little trick I picked up called running through everything and not fighting it, and then hoping they don't hit me on the ladder. It's an ancient technique passed down by various monks. Monks who didn't feel like fighting bad creatures. So we get half of the Dectus medallion, which is why we are here. And then, as an added benefit, we can come over here. There are little ghosties like protecting this area, so we can't fight them. Except they don't bleed, so I don't know why I'm fighting them. Okay. There is a treasure there. There's like some type of treasure. I forget what it is, but it's one of the it's a legendary item. So I kind of wanna get it. Is the thing. You know, we haven't used any of these. We're gonna use a rune arc. Gives us 5 levels in every stat. And I feel like we just need the little boost to get through this part. So we're not even going to fight the bad. We're not going to fight the ladies. We're just going to run through, use the ancient technique of the monks. To climb the ladder unscathed. We're then gonna go collect our souls. Oh my god, that's half my health even with the boost. Like how am I supposed to fight this? I didn't want to make more of them show up. This is not what I want. Could you guys bunch up for me real quick? Alright, well anyway. No, this isn't where I'm supposed to be either. Okay. Well. You just gotta laugh. This place sucks. Well, there's like a really cool item in there. I don't know if we're gonna get it now though, just because I don't think we're quite strong enough to survive this little fort. But I'm gonna give it one last college try. See if we can find the right hole to fall down. Because it's obviously not the one I fell down. That was a bad hole. We need a good hole. So which hole is it? Is it? It must be this one. Oh, this one has a ladder. This is it. This is the right place. There will be giant rats here. not the bats, giant rats. It's always rats. Super scary. They just stun you. And we need to make this jump. Where are my iframes? Forget you! Forget you! No! Forget you! I just want the item. I'm here for this. Kill me. I don't care if I live or die. Got killed through the wall by bats. Alright, whatever. We got the item. That place sucks. But we got Radagon's Soar Seal. It's the improved version of his Scar Seal. It raises certain attributes of ours, but we take more damage. I like putting it on just for the boost, because without the boost, I mean, we're fine. But it does give us a boost to our vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity, which, honestly, maybe we're not getting that a lot out of, but who cares? It's on. But we do take more damage in return for those boosted stats. We're kind of not, I wouldn't say we're done with Kalen, but we kind of are. Now come now I'm faced with the problem that I don't remember where the other Dectus medallion is, which is a silly thing to admit. I cannot remember though. So instead of focusing on what we can't remember, we will focus on things we have forgotten to do. You'll remember a couple episodes back, I fought Vike and found a bloody maiden, and we needed the blood of a maiden to continue a different quest, so we will be visiting our friend in the mask outside of the Church of Blood, as we now have proof that we've killed the maiden.
Ah, my lambkin. You've completed your final trial, and with this, you are a formal inductee, a knight who will assist Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood. Now, this noble...
He pricks our finger to make it bloody, so we become a bloody finger.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something.
Owie. It hurts.
Never forget that for it is what binds you to Lu. You have the sweetest scream.
I hate you.
Lambkin. Oh, another thing. A medal granted by the with the power to grant audience. I've gone out of my... But you mustn't use... The meeting must wait until Luminary Moog gets slum. We must endure... Ah, it one day, right, my...
Alright, so we have the option now of going to Moog's domain, but we're not doing any of that shit. I guess we could visit Ronnie just to see what she has to say about we defeated Radon and the stars are in motion once again. Yeah, we could do that, but apparently it does nothing. We can also go to the city of Nox in the underground. So we might as well. If you will recall, after the fight with Radahn, the stars fell, creating this big old crater that we can now enter. I think I'm entering from the wrong side, actually. Well, maybe I'm not. We'll see if we can progress. Yeah, okay. I think we can get over to the right side now. What is this? I think Selvus might have been, the traitor here? I don't remember the plot, as it were. That killed me. That doesn't seem like it should have killed me. I don't think that was a high enough drop. I was going to skip all this. Like I said, we do have the option of skipping content. But there are a number of items down here that are actually useful for our build. So we will be collecting them. And the only way to collect them is to go down here. Now, if that other fall killed me, is this going to kill me? Nope. Bye, Torrent. It's time to enter this buried, forbidden city. Welcome to Nukron, the Eternal City, filled with the weird tricks of those who live here. Tricks like these silvery puddles. Owie. It's one of my favorite areas of the game. But it is also a very deadly area. Not like there's not. Not that it's not all deadly. It kind of is. But there's just a lot going on. for knock run. Hmm. Can you guys bunch up a little, please? Just a little bit, could you all bunch up? That might be close enough. I'm kind of just letting the atmosphere play out. I don't have a lot to say about this section. The cool section of like a forbidden city that's been buried and lost underground. Why was it buried? Because they sought to eschew the greater will? Because they were here before? There's a lot of speculation. Because they worshipped false stars? You know, it could be any of these reasons could be correct. I don't really have an answer. Where did that shield come from? believe that's all the denizens of this city that matter, that I care to fight. So we'll move on to the next area. There's a state of America here. I believe there's, yes, an actual Noxian to fight. And then oh right. Okay, there's a very fun fight coming up. Ooh, you almost got me there. Yeah, we get to fight kind of the most powerful enemy in the game. So this fight could be fun. It could also be super annoying. We'll see. Because the opponent of this fight it's a long build up, I'm sorry. But the opponent is us. So let's see how annoying we are to fight. Jesus Christ! That's what I've been doing to people? Blood build is really good. Oh, cool. Yeah, use your spells, my dude. Oh, you have healing. Oh, you trapped me. Good job. Good job. Jeez. Our build is great. It's wonderful. I love it. Ah, you're out of juice. It's a common problem. Oh, rotten breath. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, so if I could just give you some notes on how to improve, you seem to be doing just one part of each spell. You really gotta do both parts. And then you'd really bring out the power of this build. Alright. Fun little fight right there. So yeah, you can see the build. The build is good. The build is working. We're gonna use all these rooms and try to log away another level to celebrate our victory over ourselves. I kind of just want a cat bigger so I can stop thinking about it. Suddenly we can use Torrent again. Because wouldn't you know it, we're back to a big expansive area full of a lot of stuff. An area with a lot of things, a lot of quests and such like tied to it, so there's a lot to do here, is what I'm trying to say. I thought there was an item over here. I'm losing my mind. And of course, the druids are back, only this time they're real. They are not spirits. And once again, we must find lanterns to light in order to access one of their gods, so we can fight it and kill it. You know, everyday sort of stuff. I'm just gonna check our status. Yep, alright, everything's still working good. Alright, yeah, so I think we will journey into the forests and start lighting some torches. We know the drill, we've done this before. That guy seems to be busy. There's some very important things that we need to sort of pick up in this area. The most important one I'm gonna try to get to first. Beautiful singing. Yeah. The most important being this site of grace right here. Super important. I'm not going to disturb the beautiful singing. There's very little reason to. There is a red wolf of Radigan over there. Being a red wolf. We could fight him. We would probably lose, but we could fight him. Let's see. Let's fight the red wolf. Oh, okay. Not too strong. A lot of help on this guy. You're bullying me. My dude, please stop the bullying. Jesus, he's really strong. Get out of my face! Aren't you supposed to be like long range? Oh, if one of those hits me, I'm dead. I did not earn that victory, but he is dead. Oh, jeez. That was a lot. There is a beetle over here that has health flasks in it, but mine is going to recover that. I'll take 3. there is a drop over there. Hello. There is something over here. I can't remember exactly what though, but we're committed now, so we're gonna go to it. Gotta be really careful for jumps here. There we go. Nope, nope. Okay, yeah. See, you gotta be really careful of your jumps there. Ah, I love the platforming. Steak America. I'll take that. The Steak of America is here? That's not exactly close. Hello, everybody. I've been here the whole time. Hey, everybody. Don't mind me. I said don't mind me. Jeez. You guys should listen more. Yeah, we're gonna try to get. There's a pickup. There's a drop. Some sort of item. So we will try again. I'll be more successful this time. All I gotta do is like get on this, and then we're pretty golden if I just stay straight. Yeah. Yeah. The final boss. Guarding like a chest or something. Shouldn't be in front of a chest if you don't want to die. Yeah, it's a pickup. I don't know. So I believe we still have a couple of torches to find. A huge area, so I feel like I should be able to find these. Looks like we're missing one exactly. There's only 6 torches here. It's not in the temple, is it? I don't believe it is. Okay. It's like down here then. Nope. Ah! I've angered them by existing in their sacred spaces. Ah, last one. I think I spammed through the message, but I think the power has been unsealed, and we can meet their god face to face. They could have done this at any time. The torches are right there. They're standing by them. Like, if they wanted to, they could meet the thing they worship. It's not like, it wasn't hard to do. We got a Steak America, so that's pretty good and nifty. And yes, here is the Regal Ancestor Spirit. It's different than the Ancestor Spirit we fought previously because it's Regal. And this fight's actually pretty difficult. Yeah, so I don't, it's a fascinating little creature. Because it also summons like these spirit animals. And at a certain point you'll see it can drain them for health. But looks like we're pretty tanky against it, so it's pretty good. I don't think it's gonna bleed much. Oh, 4-hitter. Okay, 4-hit combo. 2, 3, 4. Interesting. It also reads like the spirit fire thing. I don't think we're gonna get it to bleed, but the damage is respectable. We're not gonna get off like Dragon Claw against this thing. It's just simply too volatile in its movement. That's about half. I got it to bleed. I didn't think that was possible. He does a really delayed hit. Oh, there it is. So it looked like the fight was over. But yeah, it can summon the life, or drain the life force of the things around it to heal itself. I'm just curious. Maybe we try to Rotten Breath this thing. It's about to charge me. What? 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 If nothing else, that was pretty good damage. Super deleted. It's showing it can also do breath attacks. Just gonna charge me? Oh, that's me. Oh, that was the moment, huh? Alright, almost out of juice. The music is soup. Oh, is it doing the... Yeah, I think we have to go through... You can't really block that, it just sort of happens. Alright, now we're completely out of juice, so we have to fight it with just normal swings. Oh no. This is gonna be hard. Yeah, I kind of messed up the resource management on this one. It's gonna kill me with that. Yeah. We need more stats than what we currently have. I think... Oh, no, there's no... Okay, yeah. There's no Sight of Grace here. We're gonna use a Rune Arc, get 5+ to all of our stats. And try this again. I think we won't be trying to rot it or anything. Yeah, Serena's huge. You'd think you would be able to use a torrent in this, but you're not able to. I don't know the timing for that. I did not push that button. Alright, we're going to be a little more conservative with our heals. Better with our dodges. Go for one attack instead of doing a double. Okay, so that's a heal. Yeah, that was a wasted heal. We got a bleed proc on it. Ah, it's doing the healy thing. We didn't panic, so good. It's gonna teleport. That's a weird ass teleport, my dude. This is a charge. A charge I did not block. No, it's this weird attack. It just does that until it hits you and then it comes down. I ran into the fire? Still didn't get hit though. Charging? No, it's doing the pogo thing again. Okay, it does it 3 times. 4th? No, 4th. Got a bleed proc again. We'll probably heal soon. Okay, we did finally dodge that. So you notice the corpses of the ghost animals kind of remain every time it does that. It's literally killing the force to fight me. Oh, I've never seen that move. That attack. This is a charge. That is not a charge, my dudes. That is not a charge at all. I was that's the last heal it can do. We're almost to our last heal as well. So, roll into it. Okay. How to dodge this attack. Just dodge at the moment that it touches. We got our last bleed proc. We're probably going to get this fight. Oh, I don't think I've been hit by that. I'm going to do the last heal. No. I said I was doing my last heal. Is getting super intense. I feel like the battle's coming to a natural conclusion. It's like a battle of attrition. I feel like a stamina hunter. Yeah. He actually got more health than I thought he would get. He has one hit on him. Beast has been brought to rest. We have felled a legend. There's a terror around here, right? Yeah. Yeah, we killed their deer god that they worship. It's one of those fights where it's like, do I really have to do this? The answer is no. It's a completely optional fight. But we do it anyway. Because it's fun. I don't think I have enough for a level, so we'll go ahead and do one more little dude. 30,000 should be enough. We're level 70 now. We're really making our way in the world today. I'm just gonna check how long we've been going here. Huh? Okay, cool. Yeah. There are a number of ways we could go. I think the way we're going to go is deeper into Nokrin. And if you are ever wondering how to go deeper into Nokrin, it's literally that ledge right here, jump onto these roofs. My first playthrough, I searched everywhere. I was like, I don't understand where I'm supposed to go. And then eventually, I had to look it up. And it's, you jump from that roof to this roof, and then here, now we're in Knight's sacred ground. Yeah. It's all intended. This is the way to go. As weird as that is. And we start meeting these silver people who form out of these silver tears. Kind of like the mimic tier, and they're like human opponents. Really weird. Like they fight like NPCs basically. But the good thing, oh whoopsies. Good thing is they bleed. And as you know, if they bleed, we can kill it. Praise the bright spot. We are nearing one of the items that we want to pick up for sure. It is somewhere in this city. I feel like we're really close to it too, which is cool. I believe, yes. I believe it's in here. It's that doodad. Oh, sorry. It's that doodad right there. You see that little purple doodad? That's where we want. That's kind of the reason we're down here. Is to grab the black wet blade. The black wet blade will allow us to infuse weapons with poison, deadly poison, and occult, and all of that scales of arcane. We are now going to get my favorite item in the game. Wow, really bad lag down here. But remember, we had that fight with ourselves. Well, we can now summon ourselves. And it is the most powerful summon in the game, by far. A lot of people do claim it's like kind of like easy mode, and they're not wrong. But I don't care. I like it. I might not use it during this run at all, and that's fine. But I'm just letting you know that we have picked it up. So if you see it happen, don't be surprised. If you see it happen, don't be surprised. That's an enemy. I know it doesn't look like one, but it is. There's really no other reason to be down here, because we're not really doing Ronnie's quest. And that's kind of the only other reason to be down here, is to collect an item for Ronnie's quest. The ball's not moving. Oh, it only moves if you attack? That's fascinating. I had no idea. There is a site of grace over here. And then there's a mad dash to the end of this, filled with a bunch of silver tears that turn into various things. I think we are okay to skip a lot of this, because they do take a moment to form. You can't just run past all of it and get to the item that Ronnie is interested in, which is the Fingerslayer Blade and the Great Ghost Glovewort. I mean, she's not interested in the Glovewort, but the Fingerslayer Blade for sure. Where does this go? Oh! Yeah. So, that's that area. There's no boss or anything. This is a fun little place, I guess? I don't know. But we got the black whetstone blade. So we need to go visit our blacksmith friend and hand it over. Oh, you're back.
Ah, the recusants sent a Can you believe they invited me to join them? I can scarcely believe it myself. You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. Then I only had to ask. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west. That's where they hide. Just you wait. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by the tale of House Hoslow is told. It's on Mount Gelmir. That's where they hide. Just you wait. The tale of...
Ah. Rogier has finally passed. We get his armor set and his letter. Of course, D is dead. Yeah. Things in the round table hold get bleaker before they get unbleaker. Do you have anything to say now that I have third runes? No, you don't care? Okay. We could be picking up some of this armor, but I honestly don't think we would have the equipment load to equip any of that stuff. And then super interesting that the Regal Ancestor is has like a soul item we could pick up. Which is weird for an optional boss, you know? None of this really pertains to us. We really don't have the stats to wield any of those weapons. So I could be using those boss souls, those remembrances to level up or whatever, but I've never been a fan of doing that.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
So we can... Wait. I don't know how to infuse weapons. I thought I was here. I thought it was this guy. Do I just don't have any weapons that I can infuse? Like, do I have to be equipped with a weapon that I can
Back already.
use?
No matter.
I'm totally lost here. I don't know.
Greetings, are you here for...
We won't be using it, but I will be improving it. Is that something I do at a... No? I don't know how to do this. I feel very silly. Huh. I'm gonna look up wet blades real quick, because we picked one up, and I feel like we should be able to use it, but I don't know how. So, enjoy the ambiance of the Round Table Hold. Oh, I never got the whetstone knife. Wow. I never cleared out this camp right here to get the whetstone knife. I feel very silly. We're about to commit, like, mass murder on some folk. Viewer discretion is advised, because we are, I mean, these are like low-level enemies. See, we are just killing him. What? I guess we're not. What? Come on, let me just kill them. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we just gotta kill some folk to get the item. I just didn't pick up this item when I first came through here, which is silly, because it's a really good item. You really need it. The whetstone knife. That's just, you know... That's just silly on my part, really. So did I ever raid this camp, then? Like, did I get this item? Yeah, I got that item. Strange, weird, I can't explain my thought process there. But yeah, never got the whetstone knife. So now I can do, like, Ashes of War and stuff? I'm still confused. Hold on. Oh. Alright, so say like I want to do this weathered short story. I have to pick an Ash of War, and then I could also pick an affinity that changes like its scaling. Cool. Alright. And you can only do like blank weapons. You can't really do the special weapons that we've been using. We've been picking up a lot of armor and stuff, so I'm just gonna go through and see if like there's some better armor we can be wearing. I like my little hood. We're probably wearing the best armor that we have, actually. What about gloves? We can have better gloves. Doesn't change our equipment load. Oh, that's twinned, so we'll be giving that up eventually. We're still at medium load. Oh, that looks awful. I can't be seen wearing that. Actually, our whole thing is kind of ugly. Exiled armor's pretty cool. That's pretty okay. I mean, the greaves are a little much. I can live with that. Alright. So we've cleared out that. We've gotten the thingy that we need. There's two things we need to do. One of them is we need to clear out the Black Knife Catacombs. Catacombs I do not remember. Like, whatsoever. Okay, it's Skellyman. So no bleed rocks, unfortunately. That's an item. I need to go here, I believe. Kind of just running past all these guys. Right, the guys with the flames are resurrecting the Skellymen. So you're kind of gonna have to, like, if I were doing this for real, I'd kill these guys, and all the Skellymen would die too. Okay, I remember. this is a false wall. That leads us... Oh, if D were alive, he would help us with this, but he's dead. That's kind of sad. The Black Knife Assassin therein. We fought these guys before. This is just another one. Also a dick. I wonder... Ooh. You got tricks. I got tricks too. You're like jumping around and stuff. I just swat at you with my big hand. Just say enough of that. Where'd they kill that guy? Oh, it's the black knife print that we need there. Yeah. So, that's a fun little detour. And that's for, I think it's for Renala's quest, but I don't rightly remember. But this also leads to the thing we need to open the boss door. So we might as well do the boss door while we're here. I'm just fearless over here. All that for a rune art. Yeah. The crypts are fine. I've just done them to death, so I don't care to do them again, you know? Ow. That's the wrong thing, huh? Yeah, it's doing... Okay, we're back at the start. I don't know what this boss could be. But, we'll give it a shot. The Shadow Man. Oh, cool. A lot of enemies kind of crowded together. Seems like a Dragon Claw situation. I killed it in one shot with the Dragon Claw. Cool. Whatever. The crypts they're fine. I just... You forget to do them for so long. And then you're super over leveled for them. It's whatever. Alright, we're also gonna head back to Castle Redmane. That's not Castle Redmane. Because now Castle Redmane is no longer in the festival state that we found it in. So there's a couple of things to do and find here. The first thing we need to do is talk to the Castilian here to officially end the festival. Because all these poor folks are still here thinking that, I don't know, there's going to be a part 2. But there simply won't be.
At last. Brave champion. The celebration was spectacular, festering with rot and crippled by madness. Finally, I'm no longer bound to this. I have a task. Old business. May we meet again. It's time I went to... May we meet again.
Alright. And then a fun thing, the festival's now over, now that we've like talked to him and kind of put a cap on everything here. So you hear the chanting, and you see these guys. We'll now just literally go back to the site of grace we teleported to. And this is now a boss. The Misbegotten Warrior. Another misbegotten opponent. Yours hit before mine could hit. It's annoying. I don't know why I keep going for this. I don't think it's going to work. Cool. And then a Crucible Knight joins the fight shortly into it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that fight. But we'll give it a shot. Okay, keep slowly walking toward me, I guess. Okay, they've got Rod on them now. The Crucible Knight joins the fight. Do they fight each other, I wonder? Or is it just me that they log onto? I suppose it's just me. I'd love to get Rod on them, but I think I need more distractions. So let's distract them. Let's play more conservative than we have been. They are not losing focus on me. It's flattering, really. Alright, Misbegotten Warrior is down. Wolves did their job. Hold focus for me. I mean, it's really only fair. They got 2, I should get 2, too, you know? In this case, I got 3, though. Please? The wolf is dead. It's now me versus him. This is one of the enemies that unfortunately reads your inputs. And if you ever deem to try to heal, they've got like an immediate answer for it. It sucks. Although people have said, there's debated if they actually read the inputs or not. But, I mean, it's just a coincidence. Alright. What?! I don't know, I'm gonna win this. We're just simply not doing enough damage. We might come back to that fight a little later. But this is a fun fight we have available to us now. I can handle the Misbegotten Warrior. It's the Crucible Knight that is just giving me problems there, but the other reason to come to Redmane Castle is because now that it's not in the festival state, there are enemies again, and there are items to pick up again. All of this would have been closed off to us earlier because they were in welcome wagon mode, and there's some, I don't know where it is. I know it's here somewhere. There's an item, a weapon that I would love to pick up. Oh, red hot wet blade. Add fire damage to your weapons after assigning them an ash of war. Crossbow is an interesting choice, my dude. So yeah, I just need to find the weapon that I'm interested in trying. I just space tanked that. That was pretty cool. I did not hit him off the ledge, so I can pick up his item. That's not the item. That was just a coincidence. So yeah, we're gonna be exploring Castle Redmane until I find this item, and then after I find it, I want nothing to do with this place. One of these bastards. Ooh, you okay? Well, you know, roar, yeah, sure. This is a chest. Could this be the item I want? It's certainly not. I could just look it up. In fact, I will. Oh, it's a unique skill? Okay. So we are sort of... Whoa! There's a troll? We're kind of in the right area, though. According to what I could... what I can find. Because the item is indeed located somewhere on a rampart. And that is definitely where we are. We are on a rampart. Just kind of taking a look around. As best as I can. Where are the other ramparts I can get up to? This is the way I came. Was there a way behind me that I didn't know about? So there must be another way to get up on a rampart. Ah! I don't have the binoculars, I don't think. No, I don't have the binoculars, but I see the enemy in question that is guarding the item. It's that little lump right above my head right there. That's where we need to be, so we need to find a way to get up to that point. And I think it's gonna be that door over there guarded by those lions. That's my guess. So what we're gonna do is simply retrace our steps and then jog right when we can across the courtyard. I don't want to fight two lions at once, but I do want to get into that door. Oh, they predicted my movement somehow? Whatever. So I think hopefully this brings us up. Dude, there are lions outside. You need to fucking chill. I recovered the wrong thing. this didn't really bring me to the ramparts like I thought it might. Maybe this door will? That's a ladder, but we want to get up to the ramparts. Does this door open? It do. It's like a back way in. Alright, we'll take the ladder. And another reason I don't like this place is because I simply don't know it. Because it's so much easier to wait for the festival to begin and just come here when everything is passive, can hurt you. It's just way easier to do that. Alright, this is sort of the area. I wonder if there's a way... Ah! What? Like, these are ramp... It's there. It's that guy there. How do I... Oh, is it simply walk over there and climb up? You know, there's only one way to find out. I'm surprised I didn't die. Does this lead up? There is a ladder. Alright, Pumpkinhead. Swatted me down. I think we don't actually have to defeat him, but we will. This is the item I wanted, the Flamberge. But now that we have it, and there's nothing to lose. Not a real move, you're spinning. And I guess while we're up here, let's just check this out. I don't know what we could find. Smithing stone. Okay. So now we got our Flamberge. This is another item I'm sort of curious about. So let's just see what we can do with it. One, we cannot use it quite yet. Okay, but we can give it arc scaling, which is cool. We can make it a cult, but we can't quite use it yet. What is my strength? Okay, we're one level off for being able to use it, which means we can two-hand it, I believe. So let's go ahead and give it let's go ahead and give it blood Flamberge, right? I guess we could do like any of these. Ashes of War would be fine. But let's give it blood and make it a cult. And try to use it. Right, so we can dual wield it basically. But I'm just curious about it. And I will test it out. Let's go test it out at that camp where we got the wet blade. I'm lost, y'all. And I will be right back. Okay. Ugh. New weapon to try. Probably won't do a lot of damage because it's not upgraded in any way, shape, or form, but I just am curious as to the move set. A little slow, a little chonky. Okay. And then what about Bloody Slash? That's pretty good. Okay, is it something I can do two of? No. Okay. That was weird. It like queued up too. Not bad. I like the jump slash. Kind of chonky. And Bloody Slash seems really good. See? Not bad. I just don't want to die, so now we got the entire cancel section. It's time to bring out the fun. Very good at getting through shields. Looks like a two-hit combo, and that's about it as far as swinging goes. I don't hate it. As compared to the infinitely better scaling Ripple Blade is just it's fine. The fact that I can't change the Ash of War, and the Ash of War is just kind of like this. I mean, that wasn't a good example because these are very low level enemies. I don't know. I feel I don't love the Ripple Blade, even though it scales infinitely better with the build that I'm going for. But yeah, just some other fun little options you might see me use in some upcoming fights. Nothing is planned. Everything is kind of improvised as I go along. But yeah. I'm afraid you guys might be getting bored of watching me just use the dagger over and over again. But I think that's gonna do it. I gotta go mow my lawn before it rains. So I need to call the episode here. But this is fun, and I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. In the next episode, we're going to maybe re-challenge that fight I keep losing. We'll see. But, I mean, if you look at our map, we have been pretty much everywhere we kind of can be. That is not the Atlas Plateau. So, two things will happen in the next episode. We'll continue to explore like crazy and mad, and you know, go to anything we forgot. And we'll also find the other half of the Dectus Medallion, which I don't remember where it is, to get up to Atlas Plateau, and the game, the second part of the game, will finally begin. But for now, I have been Bear Arms and Fire. This has been Going for Gold and Elden Ring. Sorry, Going for Elden and Elden Ring. You have been great, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!